Let's get it going. All right. I know Maris is messing with the shout out to Maris. He messing with. Let me go ahead and get these introductions going on. Everybody that's in the room, you can see it. I want to welcome you to the third annual WGCI Music Summit. We are going virtual this year. It's all about the greats. That's right. It's the master of the class presented by Hennessy. Never stop, never settle. This is a time to hear the career stories of legendary artists and get some knowledge on how they became great. Of course, you know it. You can see him right there. I guess for tonight is Chicago's favorite rapper, Jeezy. What's up, my brother? What's up? What's up?
What up, though? What's up, my guy? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I was just telling you, I've been with you since you was young Jeezy, now you J Jeezy Jenkins, man.
Yeah.
An incredible run, Of course, we got to shout out the new single Back, featuring Yo Gotti. That's nuts. That's running up the charts. Got a new album getting ready to come out on the 20th. Good marketing on the 20th. The Recession 2, that's coming out. Then who would have thought? Now, if you had told me this when you was young, Jeezy, I'd have been like, for real, you think you're gonna do all that talking? You got a new podcast coming out, The Recession. That's out right now, right?
Yeah, it's out. It's out Mondays on Black Effect or wherever you like your podcast, the Recession Podcast. Yes, sir.
No doubt. It's definitely dope. And then, of course, the new show on Fox Soul, the conversation with J. Jeezy Jenkins. And then you have the new job, which is crazy, at Def Jam Records, senior advisor to the chairman. That's nuts, bro.
Yeah, grinding, baby. The grind don't stop. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. Before we jump into the interview, first of all, because I know people are watching, you guys have been definitely a part of the culture. How's wifey doing, man? We saw that she was sick.
She good. She back. She 100%. Thank you for asking, though. She's good.
Absolutely, man. All those positive vibes we were sending her way definitely work. Now, before we get into it, I'll tell everybody, definitely a friend of the show. When I say Jeezy, I've interviewed him for 1,000 times. Jeezy, one of the first rappers that ever really he was like, yo, I'm gonna pull up on y'all at the club, and pulled up on us his secrets. I was like, what? He really came. Another time, Jeezy yo, man, I interview him another time, yo, we gonna hang out, we gonna drink, we gonna have a good time. And you introduced me to YG at Adriana's. I know you remember Adriana's in Chicago.
Yeah.
And then also one of the best concerts I think I've been to. And people always ask, of course, I've been to 1,000 concerts. One of the best concerts when you first came out, Thug Motivation came out. It was you, T.I., and Lil Wayne. And it was nuts. It was one of the craziest concerts Chicago ever seen, man. And you definitely one of Chicago's favorites. We've had you on WGCI 1,001 times at every show.
I'm there.
No doubt. So how do you feel? Do you really feel like you have to feel the love at this point that Chicago is definitely people just love you here?
Yeah, now Chicago one of them real cities, man. They either with you or they ain't, and you know when they ain't. You know what I'm saying? I love Chicago for being Chicago and breeding, hustlers and go-getters. And even if you see now musically, Chicago's starting to get a lot of its shine. Rest in peace to the little homie Vaughn, but he was on his way, and it's youngsters, it's young guys that are really paving the way. And I love to see that. And I love to see them get their shot in this, because it's like when you think of music, you think, West Coast, down south, you know what I'm saying, New York, and that's kind of it. But I like to see Chicago getting its just due, and I like y'all because y'all got your own flavor, man. You in Chicago, you hear the slang, you know what I'm saying. You see the swag, it's just that's that Chi-Town feel, man. You gotta love it every time.
Yeah, every time. And the thing, what it was, and even with Thug Motivation, Jeezy, you were speaking to the city, you talking about, Benny Hanna's and Houston's, and saying stuff and saying real stuff that, I tell you were really the Dope Boys anthem in a sense. Right. You were speaking stuff that people, and coming from an angle that Chicago cast was really feeling for real.
All right. No, it was love. I seen it when I came through. Even them clubs you talk about, that was before Blue. And I used to come through and go to the hood clubs and run up on cats that I knew from the streets.
Yeah.
And it was crazy though, because I was like, you in town, but it was regular. You just pull up, pop out, and you just know the vibe. When you in there, the music, And it's even been some strip clubs I've been to in Chicago. I'm like, this is crazy. I mean, like people hanging off the rafters. I'm like, yo, it's a strip club, by the way. It's not a regular club,
Right,
but it's
right, right.
cracking like a regular club. And even when I was going to the outskirts and just going, to check different spots and just seeing how people move out there, man. You got to just love it. And I remember going to one radio station where I drove by. I think it was Y'all joint.
Yeah.
People was waiting outside and was like looking through the window through the gate. It was trying to call.
Right, 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 right.
I
I
was
remember
like,
that.
oh, this is
Yeah,
crazy.
that was at the old spot that I was at. Now
Right,
I'm
right, right.
now I'm in the high rise now.
There you go. There you go. That's all that matters, baby. Keep evolving,
Yeah. Now let me ask you though. I mean, with all of this, I mean, how are you able to handle all this stuff coming for you? I mean, you got an album, podcast, got a new job at Def Jam. How are you like juggling all of that?
I mean, it's no different from the streets to me, like where I came from. Just like, I'm one of them type of people. Like I gotta have, my mind gotta stay moving. I get over things quick. So the more on my plate, the more comfortable I feel. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to be efficient with my time, and it's just like, it only take you so long to make an album. You know what I'm saying? It only take you so long to really do a podcast if you set it up right. It only take you so long to do a show. You know what I'm saying? A TV show. These are all goals and things that I had. I'm at the Def Jam job. I worked for that. I showed and proved. I A&R'd all my own projects. You know what I'm saying? I went through my own budgets. I built my own team. I came up with my own marketing strategies. You know what I'm saying? So I earned that. So now it's just like, okay, we can use, because you got to think, like when I first came out, you know, I was pressing up mixtapes and selling them, and people, pressing up mixtapes and giving them away, and people like, why would you give your music away? I'm like, no, I'm building my brand and my fan base by giving them the music for free. And if you turn around now to today, you see people like Chance the Rapper. That's what he did. He took a page out of my book. You see what I'm saying? Well,
Yeah, yeah,
probably not knowingly, but that was my
yeah.
marketing strategy. So it just certain things that I understand how to connect the dots with the people. Then now I get to do that, what I'm saying, on an executive level. And also, just my trials and trills of things that I learned by mistakes that I can stop the next cat from, like, yo, I don't know about that one. Like, I don't think you should do that. You know what I mean? You might want to revisit it, but it's just that. It's knowledge. It's knowledge. It's all knowledge. Ain't no right way. It's just knowledge.
Right. And I think because we all know the corporate structure, those buildings, it's always good to have somebody in there that can that
Absolutely.
can that can
Absolutely.
speak the language and be able to, like, you like somebody might not get it and you be like, no, he coming from this way
Right.
and explain it to us. So I think you being in that position is going to definitely help a lot of people for sure, for sure. Now you got the Recession 2 on the way. This is something I have to ask. With all the albums, all the projects, what is Jeezy's favorite album? Let me say that.
What's my favorite? My favorite album would be the first Recession. Because I had to elevate my game to do it.
Mhm,
Everything came together. All the stars lined up from the production. Like, it was just like
mhm.
Drummer Boy gave me 6 beats on a CD, and I was like, I use every last one of them. I was like, yo, this is it. Mac came through and dropped me a pack. I use every beat. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Concepts just came because I was doing my homework and studying on, because I put all my cars up, I put my jury up. I was in recession mode because I had heard about it in a conversation, and I'm like, a recession? They're like, yeah, just being in a room with some business guys, and they was concerned. I know they had way more money than me, so I just, what I'm saying, figured I should be concerned too. So I I would, I just went and studied it, and I was just like, yo, I just need to tell the culture about what's about to happen. And I just really just fell back, got on grind mode, and was just going to the studio every day, like in my spare time, just really watching what was going on in the world and getting what I got out of conversations and putting it in the music. And it was different this time around because I did come from the streets. I do understand the hustle, but for the first time, I was speaking on some worldly topics to the hood. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So it's like I upped my game without losing my integrity. And I
Mhm.
was like, damn, and they loved it. And I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? The sound, the feel of it. So it was just like it's one of them things where you grow without losing people. And I love that, So that
Yeah,
was one of my best efforts, I would think.
there it is. All right, with the Recession 2, What can we expect from it? Like, I mean, what would you say? Who'd you work with?
Mm.
What do we think we can expect? Talk to me, bro.
I just feel like it's me. Like, I ain't sitting on nobody block no more. Everybody know that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't, I'm where I'm at. I'm evolving and I'm doing different things. But again, not losing the integrity. You know what I'm saying? Not stepping on the brand, not watering it down. I'm just showing these cats that okay, I showed you when you came in the game, to trap or die. You know what I'm saying? But then I also showed you that it was easier to get into this rap game than you thought if you stayed yourself. So now it's like, okay, we did that, but now what we gonna do 10 years in? I'm opening those doors too. We shouldn't be held in any boxes and told, okay, we can only just do this. Like you just be a good artist and that's it. It's like, nah, you do whatever you want to do as long as you don't lose yourself. And I'm gonna show you that. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody with sense is gonna have, more than 3, 4, 5 things going on if they can. Like, why not? You know what I'm saying? It only makes sense and it only makes you better and gives you more resources. So for me, I'm leading by example, and that's what this album is about. It's like we could do it all. We can do everything. Like as long as you ain't selling yourself short or watering yourself down, do it if that's how you feel. Because at the end of the day, you only got one life to live. You know what I'm saying? When it's over, I ain't having no regrets. None. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you. And
None.
this is the thing. So, and this is something I want to ask you. I mean, of course, you come in the game, you see the landscape, you new to everything. You like, yo, all right, where I'm gonna fit in, and
Mhm.
especially with you being in Atlanta,
Right.
which has you hearing everything, right? How did you craft that sound? What was you like? Was it like something that you really thought like, all right, I know I got the mixtapes going. I'm about to come out with Thug Motivation. What was your mind there? Because at first, in my opinion, I think you made a classic album, incredible. Um, what was your mind that about coming in and trying to stay, trying to be different, but and also stay the same where your fans connect to you over these years?
I just like you said, I think it was seeing the landscape, and it was like when I got in the game, it was like being in a building with 4 walls and people telling you, okay, you got to be like crunk music was going back then and snapping and stuff like that. And it's just like, you got to do that if you want to win. I'm like, I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing
Thank
that.
you.
Now we playing with my integrity again. And it was like I was in that building with those 4 walls. And the minute I said, you know what, I'm just gonna do what I do. And I started knocking those walls down, knock the first one down, second one down, third one down, fourth down. Now the landscape as far as I could see, because now I could do anything. I'm not in their box anymore. And
Yeah.
it's just like, I'm gonna do what I consider to myself timeless music, because I'm a timeless person. You know what I'm saying? So I want when I'm dead and gone that this music represents me. And I want if I'm walking with my daughter in the park when she's 12, later on, I don't want nobody being like, oh, that's your dad, that lame, that corny guy from no, it ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? I want to be like, yo, that's your dad. Oh,
I mean,
you know what? He was solid. Like he said some things. He helped me. You know what I mean? I want that because it ain't about the money. It's a million ways to get money, but it's about the love. It's about the respect, and it's about people appreciating what you contributing to the game. And that's why I never play that game. If you and I like to say that like people like when you see Sade is Sade. She don't try to keep up with the times. She's timeless. You know what I'm saying? Like she is her own entity. She's not a part of a genre of music. Like, you know what I'm
it's
saying?
Sade.
Yeah, she's Sade, and I'm Jeezy. Like, I'm not part of, even if I do something you don't like, that's cool. I liked it. I done it. I worked on it. I put my time into it. If it ain't the sound you're looking for, I'm quite sure I got something for you. But for that specific piece of art in that time capsule that I had to work on this is the best work I could have done. And I'm giving that to you. You know what I'm saying? That's like you're not gonna go in an art store and like every painting that somebody did just because it's the artist. You're not. You know what I'm saying? You might be like, yo, this piece is crazy, that piece is crazy. I don't even know what the hell that is. You know what I'm saying? But
Right, right.
you
Yeah.
feel me?
Facts.
Right,
Facts. Now, this is something that it's out of this. I can't wait to hear this answer right here. You've done so many things.
right.
He's been all over the world and recorded with everybody. Probably, I think maybe you and Kanye probably had the most Jay-Z features out of anybody.
I think I do though. I
You
think I got more. I think I got more songs with Jay-Z than he got with Biggie Smalls.
oh wow.
I told him that one day. I was like, I know I got more songs than you and Big got. We
Yeah,
got
oh
we
yeah. He only got one with Big. Jay
I think
only
he
got
got a
one.
couple. He only got one. I think
He
like
only got one. I think he only got one. That's it. He
yeah.
got one.
Me and Jay got some. Me and Jay got some records.
Yeah, y'all got records, and I said the only person that has more records with Jay is only Kanye. That's because they did an album together. That's it.
Oh yeah, yep. You're right about that.
That's it. So I have to ask you.
Do one together. I'm just putting that out there.
All right, there it is, Jeezy and Jay. Bring them out of retirement. If anybody can do it, you can.
Man, come down here, Atlanta, hang out with me for about a month. We'll be good.
That'd be nuts, though, low key.
Yeah.
Let me ask you though, man. What's the biggest moment in Jeezy's career? What's that biggest moment when you think about all of that? What's the biggest moment?
The biggest moment to me was buying my mom a crib from using my mind and not taking nothing from nobody, doing nothing illegal to get it, like actually being able to go buy it, give her the title or to give her the deeds and know that nobody, I didn't do nothing wrong, you know what I'm saying? And her enjoying that and then knowing I had a job to go to the next day, meaning I had to go on tour and do what I do. And it was just a great feeling because we grew up in a single wide trailer, man. It was like $3,500, you know what I'm saying, for the trailer. And it's just like, once you go through things like that, you really don't see the light. But I just told myself the moment I bought my mama a real house with a yard and where she can walk around and, do what she do and have her favorite rooms, that was the moment for me. You know what I'm saying? I always believe in doing things for people that can't do for themselves, and she couldn't do it for herself, so I just had to do it.
Man, very dope, very dope. I remember I saw something that really I thought that was super cool. You filled your car up with a bunch of Nikes, I think it was Air Force Ones or something. You just gave them out in the hood, just drove around, just gave them to people, man. You've always been giving back, and that's definitely probably more of the reason that you blessed like you are. Now let me ask you, man, is there a secret? Is there a secret to success? You've been on top, you've been doing stuff at such a high level for all of these years. What would you say Jeezy's secret to success is?
My secret to success is don't get caught up in what other people think is success. So what's success for me is to do anything I love. So just because one thing ain't working no more, and people like you're a failure, that's not true. That's the part of my path. And then the other thing is understanding that failure and success they really truly go hand in hand because every time I lost, I learned something. So that's to me is a gift in itself because I learned something. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't every day that you learn something. So success to me is doing what I love and feeling good about it and feeling good about who I am and where I'm at in life. Like if I got a goal, I'm working towards it. I might not be at it yet, but I'm working towards it. You know what I'm saying? And I love the process. That's happiness to me. I got something to do every day that takes me a step closer to something I want that's gonna lead me down another path. And it's just once you understand it, because people want it like that. They want it like right on the spot. And that ain't the way. You know what I'm saying? It's like anything else. It's a fast high. You know what I'm saying? I want to, go through the process so I understand what it is because, you know, along the way, I'm gonna have some pitfalls, I'm gonna have some highs, I'm gonna have some lows. But the more I maintain and keep my composure and keep myself, that's the happiness part because I'm just doing this, but I'm happy. I'm good. I'm happy. I got things going on, but just because something ain't going right, I ain't I ain't
Right.
messed up about it. I'm like, all right, well, let me go talk to somebody who know. Maybe they can tell me. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna let it put me in a place where it affects my day to day because that's my happiness. You know what I'm saying? They can't have that.
I love that. And I hope everybody, especially because we're doing the WGCI Music Summit, there's people watching all over. And I hope they heard that part about enjoying the process.
Yeah, you got to enjoy
Process of success. And you have to understand it's a process. It's not like do this, get famous. It's a process that goes to it. Now, tonight, of course, is all about inspiring the artists that are watching and people that are going to come back and check this out. What would you say? Let's not to sound redundant. What would you say to someone that's trying to start their rap career off?
First of all, I will ask them what do they want the end goal to be? Like, what's the reason they're doing it?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody tell you they're doing something for money is already that's already that's That ain't it. Um, and I would say if you're not willing to do what you never done before,
Hmm.
that might be another reason to back up because it ain't what you think. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't jumping in the video. And by the way, I've seen success with these cats jumping videos and flex with their partner money and they borrow watch and all that and it worked. But then eventually you got to maintain that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
like it's gonna keep borrowing watches and money. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna become hard. So because that's not who you are.
Yeah.
And my thing is just to stay true to who you really are, and if people accept you for who you are, then that's the win. You know what I'm saying? Because music is just a leadership trait. People following you because you have influence. Like they like the way you dress, they like the way you talk, they like the way you handle adversity, they like the way you stand up for the hood. I mean, whatever it is, they like, oh yeah, I like him because they see something in you, either they want in themselves or they see in themselves, and that's why they follow you. So it's important to like be who you are. You know what I'm saying? When I came in the game, I said I was corporate thugging. That was 15 years ago. I'm corporate thugging. So you can't look at me and say, because I'm doing other things, I'm selling out. No, I told you when I came in the game, I was a corporate thug. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. That's who I am. So don't look at me now and be like, yo, man, you ain't keeping it real. No, bro. I told you that in the beginning. You
What I
just
was on.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so now it's like when you're doing these things, it's like, no, you can't come back to me and be like, yo, we want the snowman. No, that's he was there. That's who that was, but he was corporate thugging. He had to get in the place where he can't, it's been a time where I've stayed in buildings, penthouses where my name was Michael Knight. Let's just say, you know what I mean? For the first time, they calling me by my real name now because now I can get in those buildings and I ain't trying to hide out no more. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
It took me time to get there. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just what it is. Just be you. You know what I mean? When I came in the game, I was corporate thugging. I'm still corporate thugging. I ain't got off path. I ain't got off course. I'm still doing what I do every day, waking up like, okay, I like that. How can I do that? Like even with music, you know what I'm saying? It was like I
Yeah.
want to do music. I ain't no rapper, but I know how to put some words together and I know I'm solid. So how can I put myself in a position that makes people take what I do serious? I'm just gonna be serious about it and tell them the truth. This is my life. This is what I went through. Trap or die. It's real. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? That's who I am. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
and it worked, you know what I mean? But it took some time. Now it wasn't like, a couple years. That was over 10 years it took for that to work. But I never let up. You know what I mean? My message was the same.
I love it. Love it, man. Hope everybody's grabbing this, man. A lot of jewels being dropped. Shout out Jeezy. Now, of course, it happens. Was it ever ever that moment when somebody told you no or
Oh,
really didn't really believe in what you had to offer? How'd you handle that?
man, that's all the fuel I need. You can't do me like that. Like I love it. I look for it. I want it. I have my uncle. I swear to you, I was hanging flyers on telephone poles in the neighborhood to let people know my homeboy's DJ. And I was just like, I was gonna go up there and talk on the mic with him. And this when I was younger. And we put together a CD, you know what I'm saying? And I was talking over the CD like a DJ, and I was like, yo, won't you buy one of my CDs to my uncle? He's like, nah, I don't want that CD, but you can give me that weed though. So I sold him the weed. He ain't buy my CD, but every time I go back home now and I pull up in them big cars with the driver, I'd be like, yeah, how you feeling? You know what I'm saying? You know? You didn't see the vision, baby. It's all good though. You feel me? So to me, that gives me fuel because you shouldn't be told yes all the time. I
Yeah.
wouldn't even want my employees to tell me yes all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
give me a real no when you mean it. And if you don't believe in what I'm doing, if I come to you and ask you to do something and you tell me no, then I'm not coming at you the right way, or I haven't sold myself to you enough for you to see my vision. So I should be selling myself to you first. I should be getting you to see that I'm a stand up person that
Mhm.
that I'm serious about what I'm thinking before I try to get you to do me a favor or do something for me. It's just like you don't believe me just yet, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. So let me figure it out and come back to you the right way, and let's build a rapport. And then when I say, actually, I was thinking about this, and you go, wow, I never thought about that. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. But you
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah.
like I'm coming to you trying to sell you on what I want. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know how you thinking or what you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You might not even want that at the time, but it's just like I'm trying to sell what I want to you, and that can come across the wrong way. So I'd rather build a rapport with people, and if they tell me no about something, it has to be a reason for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. All right. Now, uh this is tough. I know for everybody, but I'm sure you may be able to grab it because I can remember mine. The biggest mistake that you ever made.
Mm.
When you was like, ooh, if I could have did that one over.
I think putting people in power early on, like really believing and putting people in power. I just felt like I had to do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
And things would have been a lot different if I'd have trusted in people and been like, but coming from my circumstances, it wasn't a lot of trust there to begin with. You know what I'm saying? But I just wish I would have trusted in people and put them in a position early on, not feeling like I had to do the lifting, the pulling, the shut. You know what I mean? Like it
Right.
all is like now when things go wrong, it's on me. But then I ain't got no use for you because it's just like I gotta fix this now. And
Right.
I should have been like, you know what? If you handle this, or could you get this done to the best of your ability, and then whatever you don't get right, I can show you the rest. But it's like I was scared to relinquish. You
I
know.
mean, that might come from your upbringing, from
Oh yeah. Oh
what
yeah.
you was doing.
Absolutely.
That's 100. You like, yo, as long as I got it,
Right.
everything in a buck. So
Right.
giving power, that's
Right.
a tough thing, and I'm
Right.
glad you said that. So people that are watching, we got a couple people watching for sure. That you're gonna have to relinquish power when you
Gotta
get
do it.
to a level.
Gotta do it. I'm gonna tell you something, man. You gotta have a team. And you gotta trust them. And you gotta know they got you. You're not gonna be able to do it yourself. You're not. It's not gonna happen, bro.
Mhm.
I've tried it. You know what I'm saying? People tried it. It don't work that way. Everybody has to have some input.
Right.
Everybody got to have a hand. Everybody got to have some skin in the game. All of us got to be on the same page so that we got each other. It's this little thing of ours, and we make it work. And we high five when it goes well. We take a shot, take a toast, and that's the process. It takes people to make things happen. You can't do it yourself. And once I realized that, it was a game changer.
Dope. Very dope. Y'all take that one. That was a jewel. That was a jewel. All right. Now, we talked about it briefly early on. Because rapping, when you in it and you
Right.
at the level that you are, you bang, you gone. Woo, you just everybody's loving you.
Right.
Now, what made it important for you to say, you know what? I know everybody's loving me, but I'm gonna keep these multiple streams of income. I'm always looking to do stuff as an artist. What would you give advice for people about that?
That's definitely the hustler in me, but at the same time, like that's how I'm wired.
Okay.
You come from poverty,
Mhm.
you come from having nothing. You don't want to ever feel that again. So you're gonna do what it takes to make sure that you and your family don't feel that no more. And also, it keeps you sharp and it gives you more resources, and it makes you feel better about who you are and what you're doing because it's just that statue of walking in and knowing that you add value. You know what I'm saying? Like that you got something to offer, and I'm adding value to the next person. And it's like when I walk in the room, you can't just look at me as somebody that's from the trap. I
Right.
can get Jay-Z on the phone. I can get Joe Biden on the phone. I can get Oprah on the phone. We need to.
Small flex.
I can get the little homie from the I can get the little homie from the South Side of Chicago on the phone. I
Love
mean,
that.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's value. That's not, you know what I mean? So that's the key. Like you have to add value to yourself. So when people see you and you come around, they have to see the whole picture and not just what they think you are. It's just like, yo, you can really make something happen. You know what I'm saying? And that's real. You know what I mean? That's what it's really about. Being able to pick up a phone and say, yo, I know I don't call you much, but you know what I'm saying? That
Look,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
but it's those relationships, and you
Right.
you've always you just from what we can see from the outside looking in over the years, you value relationships, you value doing these type of things that help people out. And the one thing though that it's interesting to me because like I said, I've interviewed you for years, and it's interesting for me to see you go from where you were to now podcasting and then a television show on Fox Soul. Shout out to the conversation, real conversation with Jeezy Jenkins,
Right.
And also the podcast, the Recession. What made you enter that space? For you, you understand what I mean? Does it seem outside looking in? It seems a little weird. What made you want to step in that space, or was that always one you wanted to be in?
I just think it's all about when you walk around and you have so much knowledge and so much wisdom because you done been through so much, and you that's who I am. Like I want to give it away. I can't take it with me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna do me any good. So I want people to have it. You just have to find other ways for them to get it because everybody's not gonna listen to the music. Everybody's not gonna sit there and like, okay, like some people rock with me and some people don't, and I get it. But then, I don't got time to listen, but I might listen to an interview and be like, damn, I never, you know what I'm saying? You might hear somebody, drop some gems that you never heard them drop in a song because you're being personable with them. So my thing is like, even with the podcast and Worth the Conversation on Fox Soul, is like, I want to have a conversation with Steve Harvey because I've seen his rise to the top and where he's at, and I know it wasn't easy, but I do also understand that anybody can't just have a 1 hour conversation with this man and ask him what they want to know. It ain't like if you sitting on the porch with your uncle, he gonna get tired in a minute. Like, hold up, little, like you know what I'm saying. But if you in the barbershop, you gonna get whoever you talking to is gonna be a combative thing because everybody think they know something. But it's like, nah, tell me why you had to live in your car for 3 years. I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what was that like? Like, because I never lived in my car, like, and you had a job and this job at the Apollo in New York, and you didn't have $15 in your pocket to get a plane ticket. Like, what did you do? Like, how does that work? Like, I want to know because those small things can help me or somebody else along the way because, people go through things every day, but this is somebody that that is very successful. So how you get from not having $15 to get a plane ticket to do your Apollo gig to who you are today? You know what I'm saying? And then I look at somebody like that and I see, he has 8, 9, 10 different things going on and he's handling it well. He's a lot older. So I'm like, how does that work for you? Because even if I was to get in that space, I want to make sure mentally I understand what it is. You know what I'm saying? So me having all these different layers and different things to do is basically to put it in perspective and give it back. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's all it is.
right.
You get the information and you
You're giving it back. And then and the great thing about it is I think what you're doing is you're gonna have conversations with people that you got relationships with. And when people that you have relationships with, they're gonna be more relaxed and they're gonna give the audience even more things and people are gonna be drawn in. I can't wait to see it, bro. I'm looking forward to it.
so
Definitely looking forward to it. Now, before we get ready to close out, I have to ask this one right here. When you made Thug Motivation, fam, when you made it, did you know it was gonna be like this? Like I went back. Okay, you get called. We say we got Jeezy about to do a Verzuz. Oh, okay. I haven't really. Let me go ahead and check out my fam. Let me go back. And I listen. I listen to Thug Motivation myself, and I'm like, yo, somebody in trouble, bro. Did you know when they in trouble? You in trouble. You in trouble. I'm asking you for myself, but when you made that,
right.
fam, did you know it was gonna that? I gotta curse. Sorry about this. That shit's timeless.
Right.
Timeless.
I tell you my mindset though. Between Chop It Down and Thug Motivation,
Yeah.
I told myself that I was gonna give this everything I had because if by chance, if I didn't make it, meaning like I got jammed up or locked up or whatever, because it was that real,
Right.
at least I would be heard. I swear to you, I remember getting on the plane and I had this lady to work for me at the time.
Uh-huh.
And we was flying to New York to go do something. And I was mixing Thug Motivation. And I was so mad. Like when I tell you I mean, like me and her had words.
Wow.
I was so mad that she got on the plane with the drive that the music was on. Cause I said, if the plane go down, they need to still hear the music. Don't put the drive and me on the plane at the same time. This is my life. Please don't do that. I swear to you. I was just like, yo, book me a separate flight and put the drive on your flight. Cause somebody gotta make it. You feel me?
I love that. I love that. That's real. That's how important you do.
I'm being honest.
I know it's honest. I mean, because I like, of course, you in the studio and you hearing, I know you like, yo, when the world is this finna go nuts.
Right. And I had to go to a Def Jam meeting. I'm just like, yo. She's like, yeah, well, I brought the drive so we could. I was like, where's the drive? She's like, it's my bag. I'm like, we in the air. I'm like, you bring a parachute for that thing because we might need it. You feel me?
I love it. I love
it. Drive, you know.
I love it, man. Let me ask you before we let you out of here. Of course, you've been Def Jam's been your home forever, and then getting this new position. I mean, how does that feel and what it's like for you? I mean, tell me that.
I'm not. It feels good because I love this. Like I said, my whole thing, you know, is crazy as it may seem, it's just to add value to people. Like, and I really mean that. Like, it just. I remember people telling me one thing that changed my whole trajectory in life. I want to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? And as far as legacy is concerned, I want to put those types of points on the board, and that's real to me. You know what I'm saying? I won't stop until I do so. I mean, you take YG, you know, just one of those situations where I just befriended him and just started like, hey man, like, look, this all you got to do. You know what I'm saying? And I watched him do that. I mean, I was in there when he was like, I'm gonna name my album this. I was like, nah, we can't do that. You alienating yourself. Like, we can't, like, we want everybody to love you. And I was just like, what's it to be like a day in the life of a young gangster? Because that's what you are, right? And he's like, yeah. Wow. And he came back, he was like, my crazy life. I said, that's it. I said, now this is what we gonna do. When the album come on, I want to hear how your day start. And when the album go off, I want to know how your day end. If we do that, we good money. And that's exactly what he did, bro. And that was an hour conversation.
Wow. And like I said, I remember, bro. I remember he was like, yo, this dude finna be the next guy. Yeah. And I really got in tune with YG off of that. I was like, all right, Jeezy said it. I'm gonna listen. You know what I mean, that's just flat out. And you don't have to say anything. I'll say anything. I want to say, man, I think that the Verzuz stuff that everybody's doing, and I think the stuff that you're doing for the culture, and 100%, not just because I hate it when I hear like trap music Hall of Fame and all that you a hip hop Hall of Famer, first ballot 100%, and the person that you're going against hip hop ballot Hall of Famer, and I think it's going to be amazing for the culture. It's a moment in the culture, and I think everybody's going to definitely look forward to it. But if you want to ask me what my opinion is, I'm an athlete, you smoking them. But anyway, let me go ahead, man. Let me close up. First of all, man, thank you very much, Jeezy, man. We wish you nothing but the best. Everybody, man. The Recession podcast comes on every Monday, right?
Monday. With the conversation Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. Work Fox Soul. The album will be out the 20th. So yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Big Snow, man. I appreciate you, man. Much respect to you. No doubt. All right, you know what it is. Today's masterclass is brought to you by Hennessy. Never stop, never settle. I hope everybody that was watching, y'all caught all of the gems from Jeezy, man. Amazing conversation. And I hope everybody, I hope we get another big recording artist that was inspired by this conversation. And with that being said, cheers.